What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Call of Duty World War II on BlackTideTV for a brand new supply drop opening. This will be the final official Resistance supply drop opening. There are still contracts that you can complete to earn Resistance bribes and Resistance supply drops that you will be able to use at a later date. But as of tomorrow, Tuesday, there will no longer be a Resistance event, and therefore I wanted to open up whatever I could today, try to complete all of my Resistance collections, because at the end of the event, you can no longer complete your collections. And as of right now, the only way to get some of those new revolvers, like the Reichsrevolver and the Enfield No. 2, is to complete the collections or find them in supply drops. So I haven't yet unlocked the Reichsrevolver, and that's what we're hoping to do today. So I do have quite a bit of armory credits. I think I'm at like, I want to say 15,000, but on top of that, I'd also like to be able to find some of those items in supply drops, knock some of them off the list, and get a bunch of extra duplicates so I can get the salvage or the armory credits to be able to purchase whatever items I still need from the Resistance collection. So I have 78 supply drops today. I finished another one of those 80 game bribes, so I have the epic bribe, the epic Resistance uniform once again, and then I have 60 Resistance supply drops, 1 rare and 15 regular. We're going to start with the 1 rare because it's, I don't know, it's just 1. I have 1 sitting here by itself, so I might as well use this one and get it over with. And we did get a rare or a legendary and 2 kind of weaker items. They're all XP and it's armory credits. I'm okay with getting armory credits because I need so many to finish all these collections. There seems to be a lot of people gathered around as well, so maybe I'll be making some progress towards my next level in my social score. We're getting 11 per opening right now. I've always been surprised from the very beginning when they added in that contract for get 15 people to watch you opening a supply drop. Unless you're a huge YouTuber or you're in a completely just absolutely filled headquarters, that is very hard to do. I'm only getting like 10 people right now, like 12 people, which isn't bad, but to get 15 and to have that as a contract for a daily seems nuts to me. I have most of the helmets in the game from the Winter Collection and the Resistance Collection, so I'm mostly looking for weapon variants and outfits, I guess. English Oak is a Lewis variant that I don't have, so that's actually new. I'll take that for sure. That's the really weird looking one. The other Lewis variants, there's like a land ship and there's something else. They look very similar. That's the one that's a little bit different, so I'm excited to see what that looks like in game. XP, XP, and XP. XP is the last thing that I need. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to make it to level 1000 in this game. With the way things are going with this game, with the way that I'm introducing new content to the channel, to actually get to level 1000 is going to take a lot of time. I'm level 198, as you can see on the left side of the screen there. And I've only recently started to get away from playing this game pretty well daily. I do sign in to complete the contracts daily, and I try to get everything done as much as I can, but to actually reach level 1000, that's another 800 levels. We have our Resistance supply drops now. We're going to call them in right here. We were getting up to 14 people watching at once, which is pretty sweet. Now, I'm not sure if those epic Resistance uniform bribes and the epic bribe are dupe protected. I don't think that they are. I think it was just lucky in my last opening that I didn't get duplicates from them, but I should open my regular Resistance supply drops first. Soggy is a WAF that I have. I believe I have all of the WAF variants. The Waffe, what is it, 28? For her country, those are all duplicates. There's a heroic. Tamansov 2, I have that heroic. That's 1,000 duplicate salvage. And unfortunately, that heroic didn't come in the Resistance item either. It was just the regular item. More XP. The Cherry Picker is a duplicate as well. If only they had added all of those hidden weapon variants into the game, I might not be seeing as many duplicates. Division XP is absolutely useless. We've discussed this in the past. Every time I do an opening, there is even less of a chance that I'm going to see new items because of the amount of duplicates in the game, the amount of items that I have, and yet I don't have every item. That's the thing that's crazy to me, is that There are some weapons, I have a few weapons like the Wren, the combat shotgun, where I have no variants whatsoever. And I'll sit here and open duplicate after duplicate after duplicate of uniforms and variants and all kinds of nonsense. So that's a duplicate calling card. Armed resistance, calling cards, armory credits. We're up to 20,000 armory credits. I believe the items I need to purchase for my resistance collections are like 8,900 plus for multiple of them, so I will need a lot of armory credits. That or I'll have to get some epics and some legendaries out of this opening, which doesn't seem to be happening too much. Stinkeroo is a duplicate. I would love to have the Stinkeroo too. I believe that's actually in the game, and it looks pretty nice. There's a heroic. Deliver. he gets a heroic from the resistance, and it's the combat knife. That's just perfect. Calgary Highlanders is a duplicate from the very beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, wow, the combat knife. I mean, I can't complain because I'm actually getting variants that I don't have, but the combat knife, of all things. There are more weapons in the resistance items than there were in the winter items in terms of DLC, because they did add those 2 new revolvers, and I still get the melee weapon. Crazy. Armory credits. Lots of really shitty drops here. Lots of rares and commons. Rare, common. Rare, legendary, I guess. Legendary, common. It's hard to tell with the resistance cards sometimes. They sometimes look rare or legendary. It's very hard to tell with the color scheme that they went with. Who knows if I'll actually get something that I want out of a supply drop opening for the rest of this game. 29 resistant supply drops to go. There's a heroic from the winter. And it's another weapon that I don't have. Unfortunately, it's another melee weapon. And I'm completely done with these melee weapons, by the way. If I weren't done with them, if I still had to get camouflage challenges or whatever with them, I would be okay. But that I'm done with these weapon variants, with these combat knife or shovel duplicate variants, it's kind of a pain to get them all the time. Python up in flames. Armory credits. First aid, those are all duplicates. Can I have a heroic weapon that isn't a melee weapon, please? Because I'm not a big melee weapon user. Even when there is a new melee weapon, I'm like, I don't really want to do it, but I'll do it because there's nothing better to do. If you could just give me a Reichsrevolver variant, I would be totally okay with that. I have been using the Enfield Note 2, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to show you guys what I've found with that weapon. It's pretty unique. Ooh, an epic emblem. I think that's actually part of the collections, though, so I'm okay with that. But there are some pretty unique properties with the Enfield Note 2, and I can't wait to share with you guys the fun I've been having with that weapon. Apparently, the Reichsrevolver is much worse. I should say that I know that because I did hand testing on it, but I don't know. I think I need to use the Reichsrevolver a lot more in-game to really give it that harsh judgment of saying, oh, don't go for this weapon at all. I've seen a lot of clickbaity titles on YouTube of people saying, oh, do not spend armory credits on the Reichsrevolver. It's the worst gun ever. It's actually incredibly accurate. I think there could be some point to having that weapon, but I need to get my hands on it first. Hopefully that'll happen today. Hopefully we'll be able to buy out that collection. But I'd like to see a real variant of it in here as well, like a really cool looking variant that you might not have seen from all these other YouTubers. That's why I like to do the supply drop openings, to get my hands on some of the really cool looking variants. Like possibly, nope, that's a calling card. A new heroic, there's 4 heroic calling cards in the resistance division now. That's kind of annoying. In the resistance event, I should say. Deafening pistol grip. There's another heroic. And it's an outfit, which I thought I had. But hopefully that means that I won't get that one from the resistance uniform bribe. I'm not sure. I was sure I had that uniform. Maybe I have the Mark 1 version of it, which is an epic. 10 minutes of XP, armory credits. We have 6 more supply drops here, and then we're into the bribes. Of anything, I am getting quite a bit of social score for doing this at a higher peak time. I usually do my supply drop openings really late at night, and my headquarters are usually dead, but there seems to be quite a few people in this headquarters right now. I'm recording a little earlier than usual. Impact emblem. 2 to go, double epic, menace, which I have, and weapon XP, which I don't need. Unless I'm going to use melee weapons again, because those weapons don't really have a point to having a level, so it's not really worth going through and prestiging them. And last but not least, we have our epic bribe and our epic resistance uniform bribe. So we'll do, I'm actually going to pop over here real quick. See what everyone's cooking over here. For our epic resistance uniform. There it is, Valkyrie Panzer, which is an expeditionary uniform. That's that one. And then we have our epic bribe, which is just an epic item as far as I know. That's the last one. And we got heroic out of it. Not bad. The Shorty 2 MG15. It's funny, I just recently got the Shorty 1, the epic version of the same weapon. Maybe the epic bribe is dupe protected. I'm not sure. But that would be the end of our time in opening supply drops today. 78 supply drops down. Let's check out the collections. I don't think I'm anywhere closer than I was in terms of weapons. Like I'm looking right now, I absolutely will be buying this Reichsrevolver because after today I might not be able to get it. This is the quickest way to get your hands on it, is completing the collection. There hasn't been a special contract for it yet, so I have to go ahead and spend my money on the Reichsrevolver. My armory credits. I'm also looking at this 9mm sap, but it is very expensive. I don't even think I can afford the carte blanche. Carte blanche. I guess it's French. Escape plan, like this is very, very expensive. That's 9,000, another 5,000 on top. That's all of my armory credits in just those 2 items. There are so many epic items involved in that collection. Same here, 89.5. That's my entire armory credits. This one I only need 1 item, but it's for an outfit that I could really care less about. I'm actually going to quickly do the math on this one because it's going to be very, very close. And it's the only other weapon variant that's there that I might actually want. So I'm just adding all this up. It's already, the first 2 items I'm already over. I'm at 14,575 for the first 2 items, so I can't even afford this. That is crazy how much they want for some of these items. So I might hold on to my armory credits and say forget about these collections. I don't really need the princes. I have heroic uniforms in the same collection. That's like the same thing, it's just a different color. And really, I don't really care what my character looks like at this point. I've never really cared what my character looks like, so I don't know. I'm really hard set to complete these collections. The completionist inside me is like, do it. Do it. Buy them all. Because, you know, I won't be able to buy them after today, but I don't know. I don't really feel the urge to go after it. I have almost all of these collections. Missing the M1 Garand. Like, I'm missing a couple weapons that I do technically have the Mark IIs of that I could buy in here. I'm just going to hold on to my armor credits for now and use them for contracts and use them for whatever else pops up in the future. This guy got lucky. He got the Reichsrevolver and the Roxy 2, which is actually a resistance exclusive weapon as well. He's actually opening up his bribe. There is a new bribe in the orders today, a new special order where you complete 30 and you get a resistance bribe, which is 3 weapons that, or not 3 weapons, but more 3 resistance items that are dupe protected. So I feel like with having so many resistance items myself, I might be able to get by if I do complete that order. I actually picked it up, haven't made any progress on it, but that will be in the next supply drop opening. Even though it won't be resistance themed, I will be able to get some new resistance items. But without further ado, let's head down to my Jokey class, and we're going to check out some of these new weapons. We got the Lewis English Oak, which is kind of like the stubby version. As I said, the Landship and the Chatterbox are very similar. I guess it's pretty similar as well. The English Oak doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It's kind of rusty. It's kind of not very nice looking. Yeah, it's got the nice iron sights. Almost all of the variants for the Lewis have those iron sights, but it's nothing really special. MG15, we got the Shorty 2, which is the exact same as this, just a little bit shinier. Very nice. And that was it for primary weapons, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got the Reichsrevolver and some new melees. So we'll take a look at these melees first. The Clean Slate 2 pickaxe, because I'm sure you guys are real interested in that. Wow, it's like silver, and it's got a hand grip on it. That's something to write home about. We also got the Deliverance 2, which that almost just looks like a bayonet. Like that would be something that you would attach to the end of your weapon. Looks very similar to the bayonet. Really nice. It's kind of it's got that fake chrome almost on it, which is pretty cool. I almost want to say that the end of it kind of looks like an eagle's head when it was holding in his hand, but again, it's a melee weapon. I could really care less. And then we've got the Reichsrevolver, the Iron Hand. Now, this is something interesting that I should point out in this video. See the rare Reichsrevolver at the bottom and with the Enfield as well. The only way that these rare variants have been unlocked in the past is through completing a special contract for said weapon. For example, the 9mm, not the 9mm because that one was actually a resistance division item, but say for the GPMG, to actually unlock the GPMG, you had to complete the special contract. So when I see here that these pistols have a rare variant themselves, that is telling me that there will be a contract entered into the special orders that you can complete to unlock these weapons at some point. Now, who knows when that's going to happen? The rare variants themselves are not going to appear in supply drops, so there has to be some way to unlock them. There will be a special contract at some point or another. If you guys were unlucky and you weren't able to find them in supply drops, you weren't able to complete the collections as I've just done, then you will likely have a chance to complete them at a later date. It's just whenever that date is, that's the thing. But we did get the Iron Hand, a revolver with high fire rate and moderate damage. It's basically a P08 clone, except it's very, very accurate. I like the look of it, the resistance kind of paraphernalia on there. And it looks like it kicks a lot harder than it does. I have used this weapon in game before, so I'm excited to get working on this one. It's going to be real fun and hardcore. Core game modes, probably not so much, whereas the Enfield is much better in core game modes. And you'll see a video on that probably sometime later this week/weekend. I have a couple Fortnite videos planned. I really do want to get into Black Ops 3 and make some Black Ops 4 prediction videos for you, so stay tuned for those as well. But without further ado, guys, that is going to conclude today's supply drop opening. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We did get that Reichsrevolver. Hit the like button for that as well. And I will catch you guys on the next video.